what is the significance of the number 786 in Islam? People say 786 means Bismillah or Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. To know something, whether it is related to Islam or not, we have to go to the basics. We have to go back to the Qur'an and the Sunnah. What made Islam exist as it was revealed and as it began 15 centuries ago? Almost 1440 years. Islam has been on the same pace, and Muslims have been practicing the same rituals. Why? All religions would remain maximum couple of hundred years and fade away. Look at other religions. Nothing is as it used to be practiced, except Islam. What gives Islam the momentum? What preserves the practices and the rituals of Islam? The answer is very easy. Whatever was revealed and given at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, this is called Islam. Anything added or taken out would be not from Islam. Meaning, Allah says in chapter 5, Surah Al-Ma'idah, الْيَوْمَ أَكْمَلْتُ لَكُمْ دِينَكُمْ. Today, I have completed your religion and made my favor upon you complete, and I accepted Islam to be your religion. So the religion was completed at the time of the Prophet ﷺ. Anyone wanting to add or subtract from it must bring evidence. So at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, his companions, his tabi'een, the tabi'in, did anyone give any importance to the figure 786? The answer is no. Nobody ever paid attention to it. So what is 786? This is something that came up maybe 100, maybe 200 years ago, maybe less, maybe even 3-4 decades. It was initiated most likely by people who thought, because Satan messed up their minds big time. They thought that numbers had a secret in the Qur'an, in the Islam. So they started finding that there are significance of a particular set of numbers here or there as a coincidence or as a test from Allah, and they wanted to cascade this over the whole religion so that it would be perfect in their sight, not knowing that this is what Satan is best in. So he messed up with their minds and convinced them to mess up other people's minds as well. So they gave preference, they gave importance to the figure 21. And the Qadianis and all these deviant cults that are not related to Islam, the Baha'is, I think, it's not the Qadianis, but all of them are out of the fold of Islam, place great importance on the figure 21. So they fast 21 days instead of fasting Ramadan. And they have importance of the number 21 and the multiplication of the number 21. And they say that this has to do with that. And all of this is total nonsense, total bogus, not related to Islam or any other religion. But the tendency in the hearts of people of ignorance is to look for something that is unique, something that is rare, so that I would be holding the torch while everyone else is looking up to me and say, wow, they came up with something new. Not knowing that whoever brings such innovative things in Islam, it is rejected, and Allah would not accept that from them. Mother Aisha says, may Allah be pleased with her, the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, whoever innovates in our religion what is not part of it, it is rejected. And this is part of the rejection. Having said that, there are people who may make some correct observations out of their good intention to Islam, but cascade this to other areas which are wrong. So you may find people who are righteous, Muslims, and they come with a conclusion or an observation which might be true about a particular number of things in the Qur'an. And then they want to cascade this to everything. So for example, they say if you look at the Qur'an, it mentions the word day 365 times. So it is equivalent to the number of days in the year, or 360 days, I don't know who's counting. And if you look at the number of this or the number of that, you will find the month is mentioned 12 times, etc. Some might be true, but if you follow the pattern, as scholars did, they would come to find that 90% of what they're saying is not authentic. But again, this is shaitan, showing them that this is part of the miracles of the Qur'an, blah, 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 which is not. Qur'an is not a book of science. It is a book that is miraculous, that is challenging, that has a lot of miracles in it. But it is not a book of geology or a book of physics or mathematics. It is something just to give you hints of its miraculous nature. So going back to the issue of numbers, one must stay away from these things because they are more confusing rather than being facts.